Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Level M Diecast Greenlight action today. I know you guys love Greenlight because I love Greenlight too. We're going to be covering a chunk of the truck type related ones that we picked up recently. I know it's been a little bit on the delayed side, but we're going to get through these. 2021 Chevy Tahoe Police Pursuit Vehicle, Houston, Texas. This is from release number 42 of Hot Pursuit. Absolutely love the Tahoe casting. It is definitely one of my favorite Greenlight castings ever. It's grown on me extremely quick. And I have every version thus far, with the exception of the Texas Highway Patrol, just because, you know, my vendors have always run out of those when I go to get them. But I'll get it eventually. Smokey and the Bear, got a couple from that release. This is series number 1. 1942 Willys MB Jeep. Kind of a neon yellowish kind of color. Looks pretty cool. Really like this casting as well, just because it's just super detailed. It's super detailed, something that you know, Greenlight does, but it's, you know, sometimes they miss some stuff on it. The other one from this release that we picked up, 1965 Dodge D100 in mint green with a white top. It does have white wall tires. The rear one looks a little funky, so when we crack him open, we'll have to take a look at that. We're going to have a couple of tow trucks as well. We got one from Starsky Hutch. This is Roscoe's Tow Service. C30 dually wrecker in blue and white. Looks super cool. This one's also kind of growing on me. Wasn't a big fan of it at first, but it's definitely something that needs to go in the collection now. Hobby exclusive version. This is for Hazzard County. This is their quote-unquote you know, Dukes of Hazzard exclusive line, I guess you can say. They've been doing a bunch of hobby exclusive stuff for Dukes of Hazzard. And basically just has the manufacturer on the top, which I think is kind of interesting. They've done a bunch of Furies and a bunch of other stuff. They've done some Matadors and some other stuff like that. They have not, obviously, done the actual General Lee, unfortunately. Couple more hobby exclusives. We got this 78 Ford F-250 with the large camper. It is a generic camper. It is not licensed, but they do have licensed campers. But this one looks especially good. That truck looks really good. That metallic forest green looks just insane. Definitely excited to crack that one open. This is one of their licensed slide-in campers. This is the 85 GMC Sierra 2500 with the Winnebago slide-in camper. They've done this one on several different trucks thus far. Actually, just some square body style stuff and some Dodge pickups as well. I don't know if they've done this in a Ford yet, but if not, I'm sure it'll be right around the corner there. So pretty excited to get that one too. Not for the square body, just for the Winnebago camper. And then the last one we're going to take a look at, this is from Hobby Shop Series 13. This is the 2021 Ram 2500 Tradesmen, and it comes with a little garbage can, which is kind of cool. So this guy is just a base model work truck, long bed, crew cab, which is pretty cool. It does have, you know, black front bumper and rear bumper and stuff, so definitely of lower trim style. So let's grab the scissors, let's chop some clamshells, and let's take a look at some models. All right, everybody, we're going to kick this off in no particular order. We don't necessarily need to go back in the same order. We're going to kick this off 1942 Willys MB Jeep. Good old Smokey there on the hood. Kind of a neon green color. Looks actually pretty cool. Black interior pieces. Looks pretty decent. You know, I've talked about this casting before. It's a really good casting. It's actually a separate chassis with a body on it, which is very accurate. I'm pretty impressed that Greenlight did that to begin with. I think they really nailed this casting. They did a really good job on this casting. The steering wheel's a little, you know, leaves a little bit to desire because it's just this giant piece of plastic sticking out. This guy does not have a folding window or anything like that. You see the tire on the spare is a little crooked. Not that big a deal though. It's a little bit of a quality flaw, but it's not that big a deal. It does have Smokey on the hood. Looks pretty good. Preventing forest fires. Take a look at the front. It says, help Smokey prevent forest fires right there on the bumper. Looks good. Definitely a pretty good casting. Again, there is that separate chassis. And then, of course, the bottom of the body is painted silver. This one is etched. Not sure if we'll be able to read that number or not. Try to get that up there. Looks like maybe like 1535, 1585, somewhere around there. So pretty average number. The rear axle's a little weird, and the tires are a little weird, but it's not that big a deal. You know, these little tiny tires are always something. You just got to finesse them a little bit. You can see the spare tire wasn't quite put on there appropriately, but other than that, it's okay. Nice shovel detail on the other side. It's pretty average. Pretty average. All right, we're going to roll on 1965 Dodge D100. This is also Smokey. This one is that's mint green, and if you are a Matchbox collector, dare I call this National Parks green, which I think would actually be pretty fitting considering what it is, you know, kind of encompassing about forest fires. This one looks really good. Does have a white top. Does have color-matched wheels with white wall tires on them. The white wall tires look perfect on the passenger side. They don't look that great on the driver's side. Of course, the driver's side is what you see in the package, but since we open it up, we can take a look at the left side and get the actual effect of what Greenlight was going for. This casting's been around for a very long time. They also do this with the non-step side bed as well. This one does not have a tow hitch, which is kind of cool. You know, they've been pretty much putting tow hitches on most everything, but this guy does not have a tow hitch. Looking on the side there, you can see how good the white walls do look on this side. They look very, very good. Flip it around to the other side, and they are not good at all, especially that back one. Looking at the logo on the side, see if I can get that to zoom in. Department of Agriculture Forest Service with Smokey on there. This is the Dodge D100. It does have a opening hood. Well, that's kind of cool. It's got Smokey's hat right there on the bumper. It's kind of cool. Like I said, this guy does have opening hood. Looks pretty good down in there. Nice detail. Orange block with the silver painted air cleaner. Looks pretty good. Just standard white interior on this guy. Take a look at our base deets here. See where the number is on this guy. He's probably etched as well. So I'm kind of looking at this through the camera with you guys. There's got to be a number on here somewhere. So up there it is, right up at the top. 5159. So, you know, pretty high number. Just want to show the deets on the backs look pretty good. Not necessarily a plate per se, but at least it's something different from Greenlight. You know, it's something. All right, we're going to keep on the quote-unquote, you know, camping theme, the national parks, the wildlife, the forestry, all that good stuff. We're going to throw our GMC version of a square body on here. This is the 85 GMC 2500 Sierra with the Winnebago slide-in camper. That is a licensed slide-in camper. Yes, that is true. Greenlight's probably the only company on the planet who would do such a thing, and I think it is absolutely fantastic. This is in kind of a baby blue and white. Looks very, very good. This truck does not have opening hood. It is a fixed hood, although it is a separate piece. Just, you know, they swap them out for trim levels and stuff. They also use this casting, I believe, in the Kings of Crunch. It's still the same general casting. They just change the bases and stuff on there. So that they want a big old giant blown V8 out of there, you know, they got to swap the hoods out. This guy does not come with a tow hitch, obviously. Kind of difficult to have a tow hitch on there with the camper shell, although that would have been a pretty good combination, I think. It does have blue interior, which is pretty nice. I believe that's more than likely accurate to the one-to-one truck. Looking on the side here, does have those nice steelies with the chrome center hubcaps on there. Pretty standard GM truck wheel and hubcap combo from the 80s for sure. Logo on the side there does say Sierra. Looks pretty good. It's pretty small print though. And of course you got your Winnebago on the side. Does have, you know, all the deets on the actual truck, even though it is covered up with the camper. Camper is solid, which is pretty nice. Since we got the back or the bottom up, take a look. 2917 is the number. would have been pretty cool to have a tow hitch, but like I said, they'd have to have a really long tow hitch, and I just don't know how well that would work. And then just taking a look at the base or the front deets, to say GMC in the grill looks pretty good. And of course, it has Winnebago on the actual Winnebago front with the marker lights. Looks good. The top pieces here are not painted; they are three-dimensional. So it looks like you have your breather in the back, maybe your air conditioner here, and maybe just a vent up front. So not too shabby. And just taking a look at the back real quick. I think that just says Winnebago on the plate. Yep. It's really good detail though. I mean, look at that. It looks really, really good. And it's actually very, very, very close to scale to the truck, which is not something that you typically get at this small scale. Now, we're going to have a little bit of Ford love. And to be honest with you, this one is going to put that GMC to shame, because even though this one is not a licensed casting, or I'm sorry, not a licensed camper, which is fine, super realistic anyways, and the truck just looks fantastic. I'm not a Ford guy, but it looks fantastic. This Ford looks fantastic. The details are amazing. The color is ridiculous. By the way, these two campers being hobby exclusives, I do anticipate at some point in time Greenlight will probably release one of these in a standard release at some point in time, but I think it's maybe just trying to figure out where to fit that in is kind of the issue. So taking a look at our Ford XLT, the wheels are very, very nice. They are chrome. They look really, really good. Kind of has a dull tan stripe on the side of the truck. Looks pretty good. Does have black as well. Lots of silver print for all the trim. Looks amazing. Look at that front print. Just look at it. Looks so good. It says Ford on it. This is the first Ford truck I have, by the way. Just pointing that out. It does have some simulated curtains for the the sleeping area over the cab of the truck there on the top. Looks kind of cool. Kind of matches the truck as well. Just more details for the camper on the side. Looks very, very good for being a generic. Definitely modeled for a much older release. Definitely older than that Winnebago. Definitely super old school. The door and everything. Just circular taillights. Nice little outcrop for a little step. Looks pretty good. Nice little detail on that as well. Truck is fully tampoed up as well, even though you can't see most of it. Details on the side look very, very good as well. The color is just wicked. That deep metallic forest green just looks so good on this truck, man. It just looks so good. Take a look at the base deets. 2115 is the number. See all the holes and all that stuff drilled at the bottom. They do use this casting for Kings of Crunch and some other stuff so that they can make this truck lifted. Again, it does not have a trailer hitch, but there's, that's perfectly fine. We okay with that. We're going to keep on the era, I guess you can say. We're going to move on to the 1969. We're going to have two of those, obviously, you guys know. 1969 C30 dually wrecker. Obviously, this one, first one is from Dukes of Hazzard. This is for Hazzard County. I really like this kind of sub-theme that Greenlight has going on. These are all hobby exclusives, obviously, but you kind of get to build a little collection within a collection, I guess you can say, and I think that it just helps them utilize castings a little bit better and bring more decos to market. Obviously, they want to make money off of these castings. It's kind of what they do. This one is very interesting. I do like the little bit of blue printing on the back side of the wrecker section in the back. Right there, it just looks interesting. I'm sure that that's accurate to the real wrecker. I don't remember the original Dukes of Hazzard. And in case you're wondering, this is from the original Dukes of Hazzard. It's not from the new Dukes of Hazzard. But this looks really, really good. The push bar on the front is fully decoed up. Looks nice, red, black, and has all the rivet holes done. Nice Chevy logo on the hood. Chrome wheels, looks very good. Does have the single light on the top of the cab. And of course the rear, belt sling looks pretty decent. It's one gigantic piece of plastic, but it is very detailed for being a giant piece of plastic. Taking a look at that logo on the side, there you go. Hazzard County Garage. Says Cooter Davenport property, I guess is what it means. So that looks pretty good. Kind of like the old school tow truck logo on there. Looks cool. Again, that really, really nice detail on the front. Looks very, very nice. I love when they do the, basically the rivet or the bolt holes for that rubber mount there on the front. Looks really good. And then, of course, just the back looks pretty good. They have nice print on there. All the plastic, how it's just a little off. You can see it's a little bent there, but it's just the plastic. That's just the way it happens. So, looks pretty good. So, C30 on the fender as well. Take a look at the number, see what we got going on here. This one is 4616, so a relatively high number on a matte black base. So, it's pretty cool. I like the Dukes of Hazzard, and of course, you guys know these C30 wreckers are definitely growing on me. Definitely growing on me. And we got one more, obviously. We're going to take a look at this one. Get the slide out of the little plastic here. So this is from Starsky and Hutch. This is the Roscoe Tow Service. I don't know anything about the original Starsky and Hutch. I'll be 100% frank with you guys. I don't even think I've seen the one that has Ben Stiller in it, the new one. Just never been never been a thing for me. Never seemed appealing. And of course, being a Mopar guy here at Level M, not exactly, we don't really want to watch a Ford Torino. I'm just saying. This guy looks super good though. I like this one. This one's a lot more industrial style compared to the last one. Black wheels, just white, just a black push bumper on the front. The wrecker in the back is all blue. Just pretty straightforward. I mean, this definitely looks like it would be at your corner garage. But again, just those bolt rivets, that stuff in the front on that bumper looks so good. I just really, really like that detail. Looks super, super good. Kind of interesting that they're just going with 69. Usually, Greenlight tries to switch up the years. And considering these are two separate releases, I guess it doesn't matter. But I just thought it was kind of interesting. Usually they'll be like, oh, this one's a 68 or this one's a 69 or that one's a 67, which they're not really different. And then this guy does not have a light on the top, which is perfectly fine. Nice details on the side. The fake number, of course, 555 like they always are. Number 33. There is your, I guess, either unit number or license number or something on the front of the truck. Looks pretty good. Very, very utilitarian in the front. I do like that look a lot. The bucket or the sling on this one is near perfect. It's almost perfectly, centered and all that good stuff. It does have a plate on there. We'll get the mud flaps first, and it says Sea Rock City. That's pretty cool. Pretty exciting to see some print on the mud flaps. And then there is the plate. See if I can get that to focus a little bit. There we go. Again, Greenlight is making this off a licensed vehicle, so of course it's going to have licensed stuff. What? Oh man, check that out. 1969 for a 1969 Chevy C30. That's so freaking cool. I think that's the first time I've ever got a number match to the year. I've always wanted that. Man, that's so freaking cool. Look at that, 1969. Man, that's that's so cool. That's so cool. That's never happened to me. I don't think that's ever happened to me because I've been wanting that to happen for a very, very long time. So this one might actually mean something for a change. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, there's not really a transition to go from the tow truck to this next one because we're leaping pretty far, but at least we're going to stick with GM. And I guess technically, maybe the tow truck could be towing somebody that got in trouble with the law, but this is the Tahoe Pursuit. This is for Houston Metro. This one looks pretty good. It is in all white. Does have light bar on the top. This is easily one of my absolute favorite castings from Greenlight. I absolutely love this Tahoe. They absolutely nailed this casting. And I say this every time I crack one of these open, and it's never changed. It's never changed. I mean, Greenlight has made some good stuff over the years, some really good stuff over the years, but this Tahoe, I would say the execution of this casting for this Tahoe is the best that they've ever done. Ever. But we still have those first-gen Rams to take a look at, so we'll see what happens when those come out. Details on the side look pretty good. It says Rescue 911 basically in the back corner there. Does have those utilitarian kind of steely wheels on there. Looks pretty good. Nice beefy tires. Does have, of course, all that residue on the window like Greenlights always seem to have. Does have painted up mirror or side mirrors on there. Looks pretty good. I do like this front end. This is kind of the C71 front end. Not the really civilian, I guess, front end. Definitely more utilitarian. I do like this one really good. Looks good. Kind of interesting. Just some gray print in there. It's not chrome or nothing like that. So kind of like that contrast. Looks good. The running boards are glued on. They are separate pieces. You can see the running boards there. And since we have this flipped over, let's see if we can see our number. Flip this over to the correct direction. It is more than likely going to be etched somewhere on there. I am looking at it with you guys in real time. I don't see a number on this particular one. So trying to get the glare in there, see if we can get the etching. I just don't see the number. So very, very interesting to not have a number. Maybe it was supposed to have a sticker and the sticker came off. But one other thing I like about this casting is the taillights. I think they do the tempo perfect. They are not lensed taillights. They are part of the casting. So that is a print on there. But I think they just do such a good job with, they're not just red. They kind of have a lensed look to them. And I think they look super, super good. There's a little bit of quote-unquote chevron type detail right there. You don't really see it from the back. It's more so on the lip for the tailgate, but that's okay. 6218 is the unit number. Interesting, there is no plate, considering this is definitely based on an actual unit. So still looks very, very good though. Very, very happy with that one. I absolutely love the Tahoe casting. It's the best one. It's the best one. All right, very last one in the mix. We got a very, very, very utilitarian Ram. And I'm not sure how I quite feel about this one yet, but we're going to take a look at it. This is obviously from the hobby shop, so it comes... What? So it comes with this little tiny trash can. I don't even know if I'll be able to really show this to you. So it says trash only, but it actually opens up. That is ultra cool. Now it doesn't roll. Tires don't roll, but the details are there. It's crazy that that trash can actually opens up. That might be one of the coolest diorama pieces ever. That might be. I'm just throwing that out there because that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Of course, it doesn't sit all that flat, so it kind of bobbles around on the rotator guy. But our super utilitarian Ram we got here, I am not sold on this solid white print on the headlights. Now the Ram does have lensed headlights. Why they painted them solid white, I'm not really sure. I don't know if they're trying to get over the fact that they're not HIDs. They don't have all this crazy stuff because it's the Tradesmen. It's the lowest level Ram. I mean, it's literally for working. You can see on this one, it looks like my tire is messed up on the back here, but I can get that fixed. The biggest thing about this one is mirrors are good. Everything else looks pretty good on it. Like I said, it is a utilitarian Ram, so all the trim is just black. There's no chrome. There's no nothing, no fanciness. I really like that. Kind of interesting. They have chrome wheels on it. Thought maybe they would do those in just like a standard gray or something like that. Still nice print on the back of the mirrors as well. Side mirrors look pretty good. Of course, this is the crew cab with the long bed. So that's the one that Greenlight kind of elected to go with. Does have lensed taillights, which are very, very nice. Of course, it has a tow hitch because, of course, it does. It does have the kind of updated Ram logo on it, which it does. Looking at the details on the side, just says Ram. Does have the Hemi in there. Of course, it does. Looks pretty good. I like the print. Trying to rotate it. I apologize, guys. The truck's a little bit big, so I'm trying to just rotate it around so we can take a look at it. Again, that solid white painted headlight. I'm not sure why. I just don't know why. I just don't think it looks right. It should have just been your standard, lensed headlights. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. It still looks okay though. It still looks okay. Taking a look at the base deets, 545. That's a pretty low number. So definitely the lowest number of the whole haul. Again, those running boards are glued on. They are separate pieces. The entire base is plastic, but the model is relatively heavy because it does have a lot of metal in it still, and looks still pretty good. And of course, the tow hitch and stuff like that. So base deets on this new Ram is pretty rudimentary, but I think they make up for it for the rest of the truck. I think it looks pretty good. The trash can is just super cool. There is a little bit of print on it. It says trash only. So don't be putting your recycles in there. We don't want to put those in there. All right. So what are we going to roll out with? That's a good question. I think you guys probably might guess, probably won't guess, but we're not going to do no Mopar Love today. We could be doing Mopar Love, but we're not going to. Today we're going to roll out with a little bit of GM Fest, couple of C30s, and of course that fantastic Tahoe. I am ultra biased. I absolutely love that casting. It's so great. It's just so good. I just love it. I just need to get that Texas Highway Patrol, and I have them all. So appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Glad I could finally get this Greenlight on the channel. Let me know what you think about those. We got some more Greenlight down very soon, actually. So we'll be cracking open the rest of those. So if you guys got a favorite, let me know. If you don't like them, let me know. We love all the comments. We're cool with that. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Level M. Peace.